You work hard for your money, but at the end of the month, it feels like your paycheck just vanished into thin air. You check your bank account, and somehow it's almost empty again. You swear you didn't splurge, yet here you are, wondering where all your money went. Now, what if I told you there's a ridiculously simple, yet incredibly powerful trick that could stop this cycle for good? It's called cash stuffing, and it's turning everyday people into expert money managers without complex spreadsheets or confusing finance apps. The best part, it's so effective that people who used to struggle with budgeting are now paying off thousands in debt, saving for vacations, and even growing emergency funds. Curious? Let's break it all down. What is cash stuffing? Cash stuffing isn't just some TikTok trend. It's actually an old school budgeting method making a huge comeback. It's based on a simple idea. When you use cash instead of cards, you spend less. Studies show that people who pay with cash are far more conscious of their spending than those who use plastic. Why? Because when you physically see your money leaving your hands, it hurts. That mental pain makes you think twice before making unnecessary purchases. The method itself is straightforward. You withdraw a set amount of cash every month or every paycheck and divide it into labeled envelopes for different spending categories: groceries, gas, entertainment, savings, you name it. Once an envelope is empty, that's it. No more swiping, no more overspending. For example, let's say you set aside $400 for groceries. You take four $100 bills and place them in your groceries envelope. Every time you shop, you pull out cash from that envelope. If it's the middle of the month and you only have $50 left, you know you need to adjust. Maybe skip the extra snacks or plan more budget-friendly meals. The envelope doesn't lie, and that's what makes this method so powerful. Why cash stuffing works like magic. So why is cash stuffing so effective? Let's break it down. 1. It physically limits your spending. When you swipe a credit card, you don't actually feel the money leaving your account. But when you hand over cash, there's an immediate sense of loss. That feeling naturally makes you more careful about how much you're spending. 2. It prevents debt accumulation. Credit cards make it easy to spend money you don't have, leading to mounting debt. But with cash stuffing, you can't spend money that isn't there. If your eating out envelope is empty, that means it's time to cook at home. 3. It helps you build better spending habits. When you budget with cash, you become more mindful of where your money's going. You start asking yourself, do I really need this? And over time, you naturally cut back on wasteful expenses. 4. It encourages saving. One of the coolest parts of cash stuffing is the ability to create sinking funds, small savings envelopes for things like holidays, car repairs, or even a dream vacation. Watching those envelopes fill up over time is incredibly satisfying and motivating. For instance, let's say you want to buy a new phone but don't want to charge it to your credit card. Instead of buying it immediately, you create a new phone envelope and add $50 to it every month. In less than a year, you'll have enough cash to buy it outright, without any debt. Step-by-step guide to start cash stuffing. If you're ready to take control of your money, here's exactly how to get started. Step 1. List your expenses. First, write down all of your monthly expenses: rent, utilities, groceries, gas, eating out, entertainment, savings, and any debt payments. Be realistic about how much you actually spend. Step 2. Set spending limits. Now that you have a clear picture of your expenses, set a strict budget for each category. For example, if you usually spend $500 on groceries, consider challenging yourself to spend $450 instead. Small cuts can add up to big savings. Step 3. Withdraw cash. Once you've set your budget, withdraw the total amount of cash you need for the month or week if that works better for you. This is the money you'll use for your daily expenses. Step 4. Use envelopes. Label envelopes for each category and distribute your cash accordingly. Want a modern twist? You can use cash stuffing wallets with labeled pockets instead of envelopes. Step 5. Spend wisely. Here's the golden rule. Once an envelope is empty, you stop spending. This forces you to stay within budget and prevents impulse buys. Step 6. Track your progress. At the end of each week or month, Review how well you stuck to your budget. Adjust if necessary and keep pushing forward. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Like any budgeting method, cash stuffing comes with a few pitfalls. But don't worry, I've got you covered. Mistake number 1, forgetting to plan for unexpected expenses. Always have an emergency fund envelope. Life happens. Car repairs, medical bills, last-minute events. Having extra cash stashed away prevents you from derailing your budget. Mistake number 2, not giving yourself some fun money. Budgeting doesn't have to mean suffering. Give yourself a small, guilt-free spending envelope. This way you don't feel deprived and you're less likely to blow your budget out of frustration. Mistake number 3, not adjusting your budget over time. Prices change, and so do your financial goals. Review and tweak your budget regularly to make sure it still works for your lifestyle. Real success stories, how cash stuffing changed lives. If you're still skeptical, let's talk about real people who've used cash stuffing to transform their finances. Sarah, a single mom, paid off $10,000 in credit card debt in just a year using this method. She went from paycheck to finally feeling in control. Jake and Emily, a young couple, saved up for their dream vacation to Europe in just 8 months without going into debt. Lisa, a college student, stopped living off ramen noodles and managed to build an emergency fund that saved her when unexpected tuition fees popped up. These are just a few examples, but thousands of people swear by this method, and you could be next. Final thoughts. Why you should start today. At the end of the day, money management isn't about how much you make. It's about how you handle what you have. And cash stuffing is one of the simplest, most effective ways to do just that. If you've ever felt like your finances are out of control, or if you're tired of seeing your bank balance drain without knowing where it went, this is your sign to try cash stuffing. It's simple, it's effective, and it could change your financial future forever. So what are you waiting for? Grab some envelopes, get your cash, and start stuffing your way to financial freedom.